of winning the first game in the Champions League, given how last year's group phase went? 2 goals, a clean sheet, the perfect start?
Yeah, it was. So we are still better than the last season. We draw against Inter here. So yeah, we play a lot of with 10. It was an advantage, but in the same time we were not. I would say it a stress for that in that situation, but we play good with 11, with 10, and a big victory against incredible top side.
Now Foden and Haaland were sort of involved in the move that led to Di Lorenzo getting sent off, but it was a beautiful move for the first goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. So the team in the last 2 games took another feeling. Our composers, defensively, offensively, our body language is unbelievable good. So yeah, very pleased because it was a tough season, a tough week. Of course, we have an incredible challenge on Sunday, but going there with these feelings is much better.
And Erling Haaland has broken another record, the quickest player to 50 Champions League goals. Pep, I don't have any words left. Do you have any words left for Erling Haaland?
Me neither.
Nothing?
No.
I mean, he was absolutely brilliant again tonight, and the goal was a perfect example of that.
Yeah, in the first half we could have done it. So Milinkovic was an unbelievable keeper, making incredible save. But in general, we were so solid, and Gigi, saved the goal, the ball that they should save, and yeah, really pleased for the game we played.
What about Jeremy Doku as well? Individual brilliance for the second goal.
In the smaller spaces, in 5 meters, he's unstoppable. So, always I said, if you come inside and you can...
It'd be tough playing against 10 men sometimes, especially in an Antonio Conte team with 10 men, and is patience really key?
No, the Italian teams unbelievable. I've been in Champions League many times and against Italian teams, even 10-11, I was not able to break it. So the resilience and the focus and it's so tough. I admire them a lot. So I'm not able, as a manager, I'm not able to do my team. It's just in case of 10 men to have the resilience in every ball, defend a 2 against 1 and helps and be close and defend the crosses, defend the blocks, and they're really, really good. So it's in DNA from Italian teams. Of course, Antonio is a part not just for many other things. Of course, this one is an incredible one.
Yeah, good job for Pep Guardiola. And now that he's got a bit of momentum in the side, which they didn't have previously. They went into the international break with 2 defeats. Now they've got 2 important wins. And then they go to Arsenal at the weekend, where they lost 5-1. What chance do you give them in terms of where they're at the moment to get a result from that game?
I give them a great chance. I'm sure they'll be, slightly underdogs, but not by much, just due to it being away from home, more so than anything. But he touched on the team changing their moment and having a bit more confidence. I think that's the reason, off the back of the Man United game, he selected the same starting 11. It wouldn't surprise me if he does the same on the weekend, which is probably unlike Pep in recent seasons. But I think he understands momentum and confidence is coming, and it comes with results. Yes, you want to play well, but results, there's no bigger confidence booster than getting a win.
It's a proper game. It's a proper game, I think with the way that Arsenal approached that Liverpool game at Anfield, with the way they approached at Old Trafford, I think they're going to see Manchester City as a great opportunity, and Manchester City on the other foot are going to go there with the confidence. So I think it's going to be a great game of football. 2 teams in a good rhythm. Yeah. I think it'll be proper Premier League football.
Yeah. At its best, right? Yeah. Just exactly how we love it. What about the other huge game this evening then? Newcastle back in the Champions League with a proper glamour tie against Barcelona. Let's take on Marcus Rashford with a World Cup year in mind as well. Just a word on Rashford, because even when he scored those goals, I was saying to you, we were watching it and I thought, God, he's actually, doing all right at Barcelona, and more because from the viewpoint of how it all panned out towards the end at Manchester United. We all know he has talent, but you said to me, this kid can get in anywhere. Yeah,
if he's playing well, he's one of the most prolific, exciting left wingers, forwards, whatever you want to describe him as, in the game. I love to watch him, massive fan, and I just think the fit, for whatever reason, wasn't right for him and for Manchester United. But in a good team, he will make that team very, very special and hard to beat. Yeah. Well, what about Newcastle then? Because a couple of years ago, they almost actually, when it was still in the group stages, but for a couple of bad decisions, they didn't make it to the next stage. But
they made some great memories, didn't they, that time? Do you think they can do the same this season, or do you think maybe their fixture list is quite difficult? Can they make St James a fortress? I suppose that's what they really want to do.
I think, they're going to give them a great account of themselves. They're really settled under Eddie Howe. They believe in the system. The fans believe in their system. I think they're aware that they're not necessarily aiming for the top 8, but I think they can definitely progress in the tournament. They're a good enough team. If Altmaier starts to find his stride and score some goals, then they can be a real threat.
Yeah. Indeed. OK, let's take a look at how it went in a couple of the other games. Huge victory. This is the 4th goal from Giovanni Quenda, a Chelsea loanee. But there we go. That's the 4th goal. But a big victory for Sporting then. But it was against a side, Karat Almaty, in the Champions League of Milton Santos. With that, OK, yeah, but it would be a horrible away day for anyone going out there, because that is a mighty long trip. I'm not sure how that gets included in Europe, but it is. Let's take a look at how the table looks, actually, after that. We've got Frankfurt, who, of course, got that big win today. They are on top of the table. Arsenal, of course, in there. They're in 7th place. Manchester City in 9th at the moment. Liverpool in 11th. Spurs in 14th. Newcastle 26, Chelsea 28. Of course, as we know, this is all a movable feast as the rest of the league phase continues. And I'm sure you'll all be delighted to hear that on match day 2, the Goal Show Extra will be returning, and that will keep you across all of the action across every single evening of the remaining fixtures in the Champions League in one place. So that one is definitely not one to miss. And you don't want to miss anything else that's coming up on TNT Sports either. At the weekend, there's a small matter of the Merseyside derby. That's on Saturday, the 12:30 kickoff, but our coverage starts at 11 o'clock as usual. A couple of Serie A games for you on Sunday and Monday. Inter Sassuolo and Napoli against Pisa. The Europa League is back next week, of course, for their match day 1. Nottingham Forest in action against Real Betis. Celtic as well against Red Star. Both of those ties are away on Wednesday night, and on Thursday, Aston Villa kick off their campaign against Bologna, and Rangers are at home to Genk as well. Yeah, the action doesn't end here on TNT Sports. So much going on, of course, with the European campaign kicking off. But that is the end of match day 1. It's been a great set of fixtures over 3 nights. Great to have your company as well, Joe and Jolien, and great to have your company at home as well. We'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.
This programme was brought to you by Heineken and Bet365, UEFA Champions League official partners.
Ireland and England meet again tomorrow in